Well, we're going to split a crankcase of a 2006 CR85R. First time doing it. Got a great teacher behind the camera. Oh yeah, so the slot. Pull it out. No, you can grab it with your hand now.
There you go.
Go down, now you do the other side.
Nope, you leave that pin in.
Oh yeah. So now
So
you
just push the pin out that way.
This way. Push that pin out that way.
Ow.
You can use the back half of the tool. There you go.
There you go.
She broke it.
No.
You now have a piston off. You can go ahead and take that bearing out too, because you got a new one. Put all that together, and it's good to have in case you ever need a wrist pin or a good bearing, because you know those are good.
I don't know.
He just told you. You're threading that in.
Yeah.
And then you pull it the opposite way.
And
I
then
mean,
you
not
pull
pull
the
it,
opposite
turn it.
way.
Yeah. And then you get a wrench. Ooh.
What was that?
What was that?
Now you need a wrench to fit this. Ashton. You need a wrench to fit this and a wrench to fit that.
Come on. Come on, use your strength. There, look at that.
Oh my. Yeah, stop.
Okay.
Probably loose now. There you go. That's all it takes.
That goes in your box.
What are you doing now, Ashton?
Taking these
The
bolts
electrical,
out.
the electrical off.
These two bolts.
Those two 8mm, yeah, to take off the stator, right? Do you know what that's called?
Or what?
I just said it.
Stator.
They do? Yeah.
Stator makes all your electricity.
Which way? This?
Lefty loosey. Probably pretty tight, because I would say that's probably never been off.
Oh.
There you go. Alright.
Now you can use that guy.
You can probably just take and spin it with your
Yeah,
hand.
once you get it loose enough, just spin it. It's faster. When you get good at the hand tools, then you graduate to power tools. Not before then.
Spin it with your hand.
This is the hardest thing about doing this, is not jumping in.
I know.
It's like that. Yeah, you want to get in there, and so do it like this. But they don't learn that way. They have to get their hands dirty.
Box.
Right, Mike?
Box right here. Right here. Now you should be able to.
Okay, that rubber boot on the wire just slides out. It's just in a little slot. There you go. Now your electronics go in the box. It's a good thing it's not too bright out there. I don't think I'd see your faces at all. Hey, Derek. Let him get in and do some of that.
No.
Yeah, you get in and hold the engine and learn. Derek and me are having a beer.
So.
Okay, so what we're doing here, guys, for the most part, is we're pulling off all the outside stuff. So you got this side ready to go. Sprocket's off, the shifter's off,
So we
the
need to
electronics
put
are
this
out.
in
No, not yet. Now we're going to pull off the kickstart, the water pump, and the clutch cover, the whole left side case.
That's a water pump?
That's the water pump.
I never saw that before.
So they're all 8mm.
These are 8. That's a 10.
Yep.
That's a 10. Mike, this is an 8. So you may want to use this instead.
Yeah.
Because Yep.
You should just move it.
Yep.
You can loosen
That
all.
deep mine.
Somebody hold on to it so Ashton can get that out first, because that's going to be really tight.
Do this.
There you go. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Do that one.
I was gonna use this thingy, but never mind.
If you want, now we can probably set it up like that. Work on it a little better. Hold up here. That's your force.
Laughing. Easier.
I didn't mind moving.
We're replacing the water pump seals, so we definitely
Yeah,
want to get that
Yep,
out.
it's
That's
gonna leak.
fine. That's why I have that table.
Drain
That is a
ball.
teardown table. The whole purpose of that is so that crap leaks out and leaks into that bucket underneath.
I didn't know that's why you built it. I thought
That's what you're doing right now is the exact reason I built that table. Because I got tired of making a mess all over my shop floor and my workbenches. Is that a good sweater?
Just don't rub your hands on it.
Let's take it off.
It's got holes in it. What are you worried about?
Wait, what?
You got holes in your shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what's the problem then?
I don't know how this happened. It's just
You got holes under your armpit.
Give you a trick.
no.
Take
Yes.
this, right?
Oh, I know that.
So I wouldn't
Do I
exactly
need to
say
take
it's your
these
Sunday
all
best.
out?
Yep, pull them out. It's got to come off.
Okay, it's important when you're doing these that you know what bolts go where, right? Because you see there's going to be, these are all this size.
We need to take this off. Right here.
This bolt is long. It goes all the way into the main case.
Is that
See,
why it looks like
see
that?
Yeah, it goes all the way in to the main
Right.
case, where these are shorties, all right? And you notice these ones, all right, these ones here are going to be a different
You don't
length.
take it all the way out. You just see the screwdriver to
No, that one has to come out.
all the way.
Yeah, there's a slot on the shaft
Yes, that's right. Slot
Where do I put this?
in here.
in the box.
No, screwdriver.
Yeah, no.
Not that.
Oh, the dirt.
I know that. Come out with a
You
screwdriver.
should be able to just wiggle it.
What?
There you go.
There's your kicker. We're getting there now, boys.
Do I need to take this?
You will, yeah.
Why?
Right.
Okay, we're gonna allow some power tool usage here. That's all right. Just take off the whole side if you need to.
Like that?
Yep.
That's it.
Get the motor up, Ashton, for him.
There you go.
Make sure you get straight on them.
Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Take that all them bolts, the whole side, every one of them.
Right here?
Straight down, down.
I'm supposed to get this one out.
You just got to move the clutch lever.
What?
You just have to move the clutch lever.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. Go hard, Mike. There you go.
Up.
All the way, all of them. Get them all out.
You can see once it frees, then you know that.
Keep going. Keep going. You won't strip them with that as long as you're on straight. Squeeze it hard. There you go.
I hope I can strip any.
You just got to tap that and loosen it up because it's probably held on with silicone.
Oh, sweet.
That sounds a little more hollow.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. That's why you never go crazy banging on things. Okay, yeah, there you go. Kicker's clear.
Hey.
Look at that.
There you go, boys.
In where?
Okay, just lay it down on the table because it's going to have to be cleaned. Okay,
Look at that.
that water pump cover's got to come off.
Is that not the flywheel?
Do I?
It's clutch.
Yeah.
So what
Wait,
you got here is
what
your
does this look
Kickstarter.
like?
This is
I know
your
those.
clutch. Those are your clutch plates. This is the end of the crankshaft and what's known as the final drive. This bearing here is the other half of the water pump. So you see there, there's your water pump impeller. That bearing is for that. Just pull it out.
How the hell
Remember
did I
the way it went.
Keep everything on it.
Yeah, like that. Get a good
There,
good video of it so you can see. Now you know how it goes. That's the way
Dad,
it came out.
put it over there.
I'm
Pulling the clutch apart now. Mike's working on the water pump.
I don't want to bake it.
This is a fantastic learning thing, guys. Learning a two-stroke. You know what we should do, Derek, before we get much farther? Is pull that nut off the final drive. Because right now it's easy to hold because we can jam a wedge in here. If we go much farther, we're going to have a spinning crankshaft to deal with. It hits. And all the difference in the world is that because it's got that impact, right? It hits.
And then just
Did you just grab that nut with your bearing?
that.
Let's leave that for now. And over here out of the way. Nobody touch that. Okay, so you can see we got a washer here.
Well, that's probably hot.
Okay, yeah, it'll be hot. And then you have a gear. Okay, so take note of this, guys. The washer, then the water pump drive, and then your final drive gear, which doesn't clear the clutch yet. So, and that gear is the one that drives your entire bike. A little bit of heat goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That is your clutch activation rod.
Wait, so does it go right
So it goes
here?
in there.
Right there?
Yeah, put it in. That goes in there.
Oh, and then it
when
sits on this.
you activate your clutch, that's what that does. Same as the Yamaha.
Oh, I got you.
Yamaha's pull, whereas Honda pushes.
So, yeah,
You
yeah,
need to
yeah.
take-
And when it turns, it pulls because it goes in behind that big cover
Yeah, that
and
has
does
to
this.
Push the
This
springs
does the opposite.
down.
Stop. Okay, so what's happening here, guys, is because we no longer have the springs holding the clutch together, the clutch is spinning. So it's like having the clutch open. So you're turning the transmission. So that nut and this housing are attached to the transmission, whereas this outer part, as you can see the clutch is spinning, is connected to the engine side.
So why can't we just hold this rod?
Because it won't do nothing, because that's the engine side. We need to mount the transmission side. And the only way to do that is by putting it in gear and then holding here. Okay.
Oh, so we need that to...
Problem with doing these with the shift shaft is as you're moving the engine around, it knocks it out all the time.
There's a...
Now we can shift it. Spin a bit. Spin it. Yeah, now we're in gear. So now when you spin it, so all we need here is a pair of vice grips. You don't even got to go that tight on them because you don't obviously. Yeah, you can do that. Well, that's not going to do much, but it's not really going on that tight. Like that won't hurt the gears. Heat. Those are the two hardest things to get off on these.
No, that's...
Here comes the clutch now. Off.
The easiest way to get that clutch nut out, vice grips on the output shaft and leave it in gear so it won't spin, and then just hold it, use an impact tool, out comes the bolt.
How do we use it?
Okay, see there's a bushing, that's your clutch, you just slide that in underneath so we know where it goes. And that's the input shaft of your transmission right there. No clips on this, unlike the Yamahas. Okay, shift shaft can come back out. Those two bolts there. And pull that, this here, okay guys, right here you got to be really careful. This on behind is called the shift drum. Okay? And in there's two little teeth and they're spring loaded. So when you pull these two bolts out,
It could come out and
you're gonna have a bunch of little springs and stuff coming out. So be very gentle when you yank that out.
Otherwise, it's gonna hit you.
This gear, final drive gear, can come off. Okay, splitting the case. Got a whole bunch of bolts to take out.
Take me out, Mark.
Mike, are you watching? Mike's actually did this, but he was like seven or 8 years old or something at the time. Put it on all the way.
Another one right
I
there.
didn't think I was so name when I did this.
No, that would have been your other bike.
What?
Alright.
All right, do we get them all? Okay, yep.
Come on, Ashley. Oh God, you don't like
Okay, go a little ways, and then tap the case around the outside. You see where that seam is? Because that's going to be held on with
Right.
Okay, don't go too hog wild now. You want to.
My fingers.
And you'll know once it goes, it'll just pop. It'll open right up.
Yeah, it's starting to.
That's the sound. You're good, Derek. You're good. Crank that puller a bit. Okay, what was holding us up here was the back steel sleeve that goes inside for the swing arm bolts. So we took a 7/16 socket and knocked it out. A little bit of heat on the aluminum, nothing crazy, and there she is splitting away.
There's the washer.
Okay, so that one,
Right there.
this one would go here on the end of this shaft,
Yeah.
and that one goes there.
Yeah.
So this is all coming out anyways. How we normally do this is we'll pull it all out in one big set of guts. So we're going to yank it out, but if we can get this to come out in one housing complete, we're going to leave it like that. Plain cases and everything else, transmissions. Complete bottom end kit from Hot Rods, everything you need